her shoulders.
I love the sass.
Yeah.
I think she has a great attitude, and I'm so glad to see that supermodels can look different.
That's right.
You know, she's changing the world too in the way that we view our models these days
Absolutely.
too. She's been everywhere in
Yeah.
a lot of magazines and stuff. So good for her.
Yeah, good
Best
to see.
of luck.
And are we going to see some sunshine throughout this weekend?
We are heat and humidity too, so we'll have a little bit of everything because there's a little chance of rain today, but it's not going to be incredibly widespread, maybe a hit or miss shower, but otherwise pretty standard for this time of year. Here's your school day forecast, kiddos. As you head off to the bus stop this morning, mid-70s, mild start yet again. Sounding a bit like a broken record right now. Mostly sunny for your lunch hour, but there will be a few clouds. Temperatures lower 90s late in the day. I will mention an isolated shower or two late this afternoon, primarily in our most central communities, anywhere from Birmingham to Tuscaloosa, kind of west of 65. Looking at the Birmingham skyline this morning, we're seeing the twinkling lights. Temperatures sitting at 77. Dew points are in the lower 70s, which makes it feel more like 80 degrees out there. Lots of sevens on the board this morning. 77 from Hamilton to Jasper into the Magic City, all the way down to Alex City and Lake Martin. 75 right now in Pell City. Looking at your satellite and radar, a fairly dry scan. There's just a couple of blips that were on the radar right along that Alabama, Mississippi state line, but those are all beginning to fizzle. Still a great deal of cloud cover back to our west, but for central Alabama, things are clearing out. We're noticing more clouds from Jasper to Oakman over towards Tuscaloosa, but here in the Birmingham metro area, things are clearing out. And then east of 65, you're actually going to wake up to be able to see the moonlight or the twinkling of the stars this morning. So Moody, Raglan, you're actually starting off relatively clear. Your futurecast through the day, here's what we're talking about. By 10 o'clock this morning, temperatures should be in the 80s, and then it looks like a few showers possible at around 2 p.m. Scattered storms from Gadsden to Anniston and Talladega, Alabaster up towards Tuscaloosa. Notice the centralmost part of our viewing area is where I think a lot of this rain is going to stay today. So the further you go north or the further you go south, I think those rain chances are reduced just a bit. And a lot of this rain is going to move from the east to the west. So we're looking at kind of that general direction of these storms. But notice by 7 o'clock, things clear out, which that's good news for anyone heading off to those football games overnight tonight. And coming up in your next half hour, Storm Track meteorologist Michael Smith will break down that football forecast. Here's your big board today. Temperatures low to mid 90s. Again, an occasional shower possible in places like Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, but staying a little drier in Clanton, where you'll see temperatures in the lower 90s. I do want to touch on the tropical situation. We are watching a disturbance that's now moving into Cuba, but this is really starting to become very ragged. It's falling apart. I don't think it's going to have much impact. Little to no threat for us here in central and south Alabama. But we're going to be baking in the summertime heat as we move into the weekend. That's a look at your Storm Track 7-day forecast. Art?